$0.98. So to avoid further collections, how would you be paying on this account, sir?
Well, here's what I'm thinking is, you say T?
Yes, sir, I did.
Check this out. T didn't treat me very good, so I'm not gonna pay the debt. What do you think of that? Team screwed me over, and now I got a debt collector calling me. What do you think of that?
So, what was the problem with team?
It doesn't really matter what the problem was, I'm not gonna pay the debt. You seem like a very nice lady. I'm sorry that you had to call me and try to collect a debt. What do you think of that? I'm trying to entertain you a little bit. I want to give you my message in song form. You know, I could just say it, but I figured if I sang it to you, it would brighten up your day a little bit.
Yeah. You know, it's definitely fun. I do appreciate it. You're trying to brighten up my
Team is a bunch of assholes, and that's the truth. You know, that's the truth about those people. They're not nice human beings, you know. They didn't make me feel loved.
So was it with the account? Was it with the service? What was going on? Did you disconnect your service with them?
I'm not sure what happened, you know. It was more on a spiritual level. Things weren't working out between them and I.
Yeah, because if I can just give you some information here, it just shows that they're charging for early termination fee $297.35, and then there's a past due balance of $823.45.
Early termination. They should go to jail for that. Early termination. They should go to jail for early termination fees. That's not a legitimate charge at all.
Okay. So how about the past due balance?
Well, I didn't want to pay the bill, you know.
You didn't want to pay the bill because they were in, what was the reason?
You know what happened? I woke up one day and I realized I had a bill from them on my desk, and I didn't feel like paying it. I had other things I wanted to do. I wanted to play Super Nintendo and go to the corner store and talk shop with the bodega owner. I was trying to get a girlfriend at the time, and you know, I was right out of college. Things were a little bit rough. These girls said, Mohammed, I don't want to be with you, but I'm trying to get these girls, and it just wasn't working out. And then on top of all my problems, team wants me to give them money. I'll send you the money. I'll send you a personal check to your name and your address, but I wouldn't give money to team, you know? I hope all that made sense.
It does make sense, but you can send a check into our system. That is
your name. You told me your name for a second, I think, and it was not Systems.
Well, I cannot. Well, this is where again I cannot accept check from you. You can send your check to me. That would be acceptable.
But I would only send it to you personally, though. I wouldn't want this debt collection, demonic, satanic, evil company to take the money and then pay it to team. Well, actually, team is not going to get the money now. You guys bought the debt, right?
Well, when you do pay, it is going to clear up here in our system.
Yeah, but just from my understanding, that's how it works. Like, you work for a debt collector, and your guys is not you personally. You just work there, but they're on the level. Their deal is they buy up a bunch of debt and they hope to collect a little percentage of it, and that's kind of how that's their business, right?
Yeah, and then also what we can do for you is that, bring down balance for you here, try to offer you a settlement of $917.
$9.17?
No, $917.98, sir.
How on earth could I have racked up a TV bill that size?
Well, because of that early termination fee and also that past due balance. That past due balance is what that was pretty high here. It was like $823.45. And then when you disconnect, so I mean, were you not satisfied with the service? That's why you disconnected the service with them. What was going on at the moment, at the time?
disconnect the service. I tried to disconnect the service, but T wouldn't let me. They said they charged me an early termination fee, and I didn't appreciate that. No, I didn't appreciate that. I don't like you. I'm not gonna pay you the money that you're saying that I owe you. Come on, I don't even get a laugh for that. I mean, I'm putting myself out on the line here, you know, trying to entertain you this morning with these debts and.
Okay, so how about if we get rid of that early termination fee for you? Bring the balance to $803.23, and that would be $803.23.
I just would never send that much money to anybody who just called me up before 12 o'clock, though. You know what I mean?
Check by phone?
What's that?
Credit card? Not even, you wouldn't even mail in a check?
Oh, no, I should have said this when I first picked up, is anybody who calls me before noon, on principle, I won't give any money to.
Or if we call you afternoon?
That could be a little bit different, you know? That all depends. That's a different scenario. Now we're talking about a different kind of reality.
So what you think about the settlement offer then?
Different kind of reality.
That is a pretty good settlement
different kind of reality. Like a different kind of reality altogether. What I think about the settlement. You know, I can't make any guarantees. You know, I wouldn't want you to call back and then all that happens is I sing funny songs for you again and pretend to be Muhammad. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want that to happen twice in one day to you. If one of your associates called, that'd be another story. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, but that settlement offer is a pretty good deal here. You know, $803.23.
Well, $323.
No, $803.23. So that early termination fee was, you know, gone. We waived that early termination fee for you.
Well, let me put this out there for you. You can help me understand something. I'm a little confused. You can help me understand. I'm on a date. I'm at a candlelit dinner at an Italian restaurant with a girl from Ecuador. She's Ecuadorian. Her name's Janine. Strangely, her name's Janine. And she says, you know, what's your life like and what'd you do today? And I'm like, well, I just sent team over $800 for a debt that wasn't even mine. It belonged to some guy named Mohammed. What would she think of me if I did that?
Well, it belonged to some guy.
Yeah, it belonged to some guy, but why would I be responsible for his debt? I'm not Mohammed.
But you said you were.
I am.
Okay, so then why would you say that you're not?
Because what I'm saying is, what would she think of me if I was like, I just paid this $800 debt, and it wasn't even my debt. It belonged to some strange clown named Mohammed. How would I feel about myself as a man, as a human being at that point? If I was just paying off strangers' debt when debt collectors called me for some phone number that used to belong to a guy named Mohammed. I mean,
I'm not sure.
You know, how would she feel? How would you, if we were on a date, how would you feel about me? You'd think I was out of my mind.
No, I think you're a pretty nice guy. You know, you're trying to save everyone and stuff. Trying to be very helpful.
I'd love to help people out, but I don't want to pay some stranger's phone bill or his debt collectors off, you know?
It's not, are you not Mohammed then?
I am Mohammed, but at the same time, I'm not Mohammed. You see where I'm going with this?
No, I do not.
I'm going to try, I am Mohammed, but at the same time, I'm not Mohammed. Does it make a little more sense?
No, it doesn't.
Well, it was funnier that time, though, wasn't it?
It's either, well, it's either you are him or you're not him. I mean, that's just.
I'm trying to find this whistle. I had this whistle right around here on my this table, but I think it fell or something.
Would you be willing to take on that settlement offer here?
Under the right circumstances, I definitely would. Like, for instance, this whistle that I have. If I were aware of its whereabouts, I mean, then we could be talking something, you know.
No.
I have these other whistles. This one's shaped like a dove, you know, like a mourning dove or a dove. Does that make sense?
Well, it's a whistle, so I'm not sure if it's supposed to make sense or not. But if we do divide that settlement up into three monthly payment or three biweekly payment, it'll be $267.74.
What was your name again?
My name is sir.
Tisha? Pete.
For,
There's an artist named Pete. You know her?
I do not.
She is not a wholesome artist. She is I have nothing against homosexuals. She is of the lesbian persuasion and sings songs largely about other females. Some good music, but I think you are much more wholesome. Pete's on the phone. The one I got on the phone right now is a much more decent human being. How was that?
That was impressive. Very, very impressive.
You don't sound impressed. No, you don't sound. You don't sound impressed. No, you don't sound impressed. No, you don't sound impressed. No, you don't. You don't sound impressed. I don't want to reiterate. I don't want to be redundant by speaking after I sang it, but I don't feel as though you're impressed with me right now as a human being. I mean, let me ask you this. Pertaining to the debt specifically, let's get down to actual serious business here. What do you think it means to be a human being? Pieces?